Shopping shenanigan, don't trust packaging or advertising are special. And I want to make you girls a little bit more aware of not just trusting what's written on the outside of the packet and thinking that it's the best choice. This was a real problem for me when I finished school. I would, have Boost juice and I would have cereal for breakfast, and I thought I was making a really smart choice when actually I wasn't aware of the energy content in those foods, and I wasn't dropping weight and I wasn't sure why. So maybe this is you and maybe you're feeling frustrated for that reason. So today I'm just going to go through a few common products where you can just look at the outside of the packaging and be like, yeah, that's a healthy choice, when you need to be more aware of the energy content in that product rather than just looking at what's written on the outside of the packet. So the first one I want to go through is actually, here I am down the health and well-being aisle. And the first one I want to make you aware of is the oat slice. So this bad boy here, if you can see me awkwardly holding my camera around, but as you can see on the front, you can just say it's saying excellent source of fiber, sweetened with natural honey and free from artificial colors and flavors, right? So say if you're having this for your snack every day, maybe you're just basing your choice on what's just written on the outside and you haven't actually checked the macros or nutritional information to that. So this bar per slice for one serve is 52 grams of carbs. Like, that is huge. Like, you can see how if you aren't aware of this, and then maybe you're having quite a dense breakfast, you're having quite a dense dinner, that it will easily push you in a surplus. You don't actually feel like you're doing that much chewing, but in reality you're intaking quite a bit of carbs, and as a result, as we know, when we go into that surplus, we will gain weight or stay stuck and stay where we are. So that's the first thing. So you can see how these kind of snacks and products can kind of advertise it as it being healthy, but it may not be the smartest choice for your money macros. The second thing I want you girls to be aware of is this is just an example, but just start to get yourself in the headspace of check the macros, because those aha moments of things being more dense than they seem are huge, and it's a big step forward in understanding food energy content. So let's look at dried apricots, for example. And look, this is another one of those healthy snacks where they're packaged as being quite good for you. And look, I understand that there are health benefits to it, being high in fiber, that kind of thing. But as we know, being overweight is from general overeating, and these kind of things can do that. So here we go, apricot delights, so good. I don't know about you gals, but I can eat a whole packet of these, no problem. So a serving size is 30 grams, and that's 25 grams of carbs just for these. That's 2 slices of bread. Like, you know what I mean? If you're chucking down a packet or so of these, and I don't know about you, but I can't stop when I start eating these, that'll easily throw you over, you know what I mean? And this shit's addictive too. So you just have to be more aware of, don't just trust what's on the front of that label. Really start to be aware of the nutritional content in them. Is it being smart with my carbs? Am I making the best choice? That type of thing. The last one I want you guys to be aware of, and this is one that was big for me, especially during school, is that I would have cereal for breakfast and snacks because I loved it. Every single morning, my weight wasn't moving, I wasn't getting the results I wanted, and I thought I was making a really good choice. Cereal is pretty damn dense. In my opinion, it's not the smartest way to go about hitting your macros, just because it is so carby, and then you put milk on top of that, and man, it can chew up a lot. So say for example, here's the maple crunch cereal, right? It says it's full of whole grains and organic, freedom foods, throwing all those hot words out there. But if you actually look at the macros, so a serving size is 45 grams, which isn't very much, by the way. I know if I'm not aware of portions, I will double that easy, and then you soak that up with full cream milk or whatever, you're having a pretty dense breakfast without even realizing it. So for 45 grams is 35 grams of carbs. So say if you're having double the serving, that is at least 60 grams of carbs just for breakfast, and with milk on top of that, you can see how you can be not eating in the smartest way without even realizing it. This is everywhere, and this is something that you girls really need to be aware of. Even just shit like say in the protein bar aisle, which I'll go to now, there's a lot of things that say, for example, there was a Think Thin bar the other day that I saw. I don't think it was at Woolies, but I sussed the macros, and the Think Thin bar was like 20 grams of carbs and heaps shitter macros than one that was, you know, just like a normal protein bar, which was 10 times worse. So just don't be too fooled by what it's saying. Like, look at this one, for example, like OptiSlim, Choc Fudge. Let's actually suss the macros in this bad boy. Let's have a look. So for just one of these bars is 222 calories, 17 grams of protein, which is fine, but 20 grams of carbs. Yeah, which is quite a lot. And fat total's 8.6, which is not too bad. So look, OptiSlim protein bar has higher carb content than, say, one of my favorite protein bars is a low carb bar. And these bad boys are about 200 calories, and they're 4 grams of carbs, 20 grams of protein, and about 6 grams of fat. And they're not labeled anything like OptiSlim or you know, Fat Blaster or whatever. So I suppose my point today is, don't just read the front of the label. Don't just trust that it's the best choice just because it says organic or you know, sweetened with natural honey. That kind of stuff still puts you in a surplus, and you can still generally overeat on those things, and as a result stay stuck. You know, they feel like you don't know what you're doing wrong when actually you're not being aware of the energy food content in those foods. So something to definitely be aware of. All right, any questions about this, please don't hesitate to reach out, send me a DM. Any questions about coaching, training, macros. If you have a shopping shenanigan request coming up to Christmas, I would totally love to hear from you. Remember, the waitlist for my online course, 7 Steps to Fierce Flexible Dieter, is open. So if you're ready to really nail this, please, queens, get your name on the waitlist. The link is in my bio. It opens, the cart opens early 2020. So get your name on the list and be the first to know when that opens. And I hope this helped. I really hope this helped. It's something to definitely be aware of. All right, queens, have a lovely Tuesday.